Hi, I'm Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, a physician specializing in senior nutrition and wellness here in the US. My mission is simple: to help older adults live stronger, healthier lives, one smart choice at a time. Welcome back to Japan's oldest doctor, where East meets West to uncover the secrets of graceful, vibrant aging. Today's episode might just be the quiet wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever chalked up feeling weaker, slower, or more forgetful to just getting older? You're not alone. But here's the truth: aging isn't just about time passing. Sometimes, it's about what your body's quietly missing. You see, things like muscle loss, poor balance, and brain fog aren't always signs of inevitable decline. Often, they're symptoms, warning lights, that your body is running low on key nutrients. Not calories, not protein shakes. I'm talking about foundational vitamins that fuel your nervous system, rebuild your strength, and sharpen your mind. And the scariest part? These deficiencies don't come with sirens. They arrive slowly, silently, one forgotten name here, one missed step there, until one day, you just don't feel like yourself anymore. But here's the good news: you can do something about it. Today, we're diving deep into this invisible threat, with insights from one of Japan's longest living and most respected doctors. We're going to explore how 5 specific vitamins, all backed by science, can radically change the way you age. Not tomorrow, not next year, but starting now. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's start untangling the quiet connection between aging and malnutrition. Because longevity isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. Let's talk about something that's quietly stealing your strength, your memory, and your sense of self, and you probably don't even know it's happening. Vitamin deficiencies don't hit you like a truck. They creep in slowly, silently, like a slow leak in your tires. You don't notice until the ride gets rough. At first, it's just a little more fatigue in the morning, a missed word in conversation, a wobble in your step. And you tell yourself, it's just aging. But what if it's not? You see, when your body lacks the nutrients it needs, everything starts to break down, quietly. Your muscles stop rebuilding, your bones lose density, your brain begins to process information more slowly. You might look fine on the outside, but inside, your body is in slow decline. And here's the kicker: most people won't realize what's really going on until the damage is harder to reverse. That's why this matters. Because the moment you start replenishing what's been missing, the right vitamins, in the right amounts, something powerful happens. The body remembers, it repairs, it reawakens. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s reclaim their balance, rebuild muscle, and think more clearly, not through miracle cures, but through nutritional restoration, not adding more medications, but adding back what time and diet quietly stole. So let me ask you, when was the last time you thought about your vitamin levels? Not your calories, not your blood pressure, but your true internal nourishment. Sometimes, the biggest breakthroughs in health don't come from dramatic changes. They come from correcting the smallest things that were missing all along. Now, you might be wondering, if someone eats 3 meals a day, how could they possibly be nutrient deficient? Here's the surprising truth: even if your plate looks healthy, your body might not be absorbing what it needs. And as we age, that problem becomes even more common and more dangerous. Let's break it down. First, stomach acid. As we get older, our bodies naturally produce less of it. But that acid is essential to unlock vitamin B12 from food. Without enough, even the best steak or salmon won't do the job. Next, vitamin D. Your skin's ability to convert sunlight into D3 declines with age. So even if you walk outside every day, you might still come up short. Then there's your hormones, especially the ones that regulate calcium and other minerals. They shift with age, and so does your ability to balance key nutrients like magnesium, potassium, and zinc. But it's not just biology. Diet plays a huge role, too. Many older adults skip full meals, rely on snacks, or avoid foods like meat, eggs, fish, and fermented items. Instead, they fill up on bread, pasta, or sweets, foods that are rich in energy but poor in real nourishment. And don't forget medications. Acid blockers, blood pressure meds, and diabetes drugs. Many of them interfere with nutrient absorption in subtle but significant ways. So here's the bottom line. Even if you think you're eating well, your body may still be starving where it matters most, in your nerves, your bones, and your brain. That's why nutrition in later life isn't just about what you eat, it's about what your body can actually use. Here's something no one tells you about getting older. Your brain and body are really good at adjusting to slow decline. Too good. In fact, you lose a little strength, you assume it's just age. You start forgetting names or appointments. I've just been busy, you tell yourself. A stiff knee, a shorter walk, a foggy morning, it all feels normal. But that's the danger. Because by the time these signs become obvious, the damage may already run deep. You see, the human body adapts in silence. When nutrient levels start to fall, your systems don't scream, they whisper. And those whispers are easy to ignore, until you can't. That's why prevention, not reaction, is the real key to aging well. In Japan, where some of the world's longest living people reside, routine screening for vitamin deficiencies is part of standard care after age 60. Even if someone feels fine, doctors check, because they know the earlier a deficiency is found, the easier it is to fix before memory loss, bone thinning, or nerve damage become permanent. And here's a powerful truth. Most deficiencies are reversible, but only if you catch them early. Wait too long, and the recovery becomes harder, slower, sometimes impossible. So ask yourself, are you waiting for something to go wrong before you take action? Or are you ready to listen while your body's still whispering? Don't wait until decline feels normal. Get curious now, test your levels, ask questions, because the best time to restore your strength, your clarity, your energy, is before you think you've lost it. Let's start with the first, and arguably most underestimated, vitamin your body may be craving right now: vitamin B12. Often called the guardian of the nervous system. This vitamin doesn't just support your energy, it literally helps build and protect the myelin sheath, the layer that insulates your nerves and keeps your brain signals lightning fast. It's what helps you think clearly, stay balanced, and remember where you left your keys. But here's the problem. After the age of 50, your ability to absorb B12 from food drops, sometimes dramatically. Why? Because your stomach produces less acid, which is essential for unlocking B12 from what you eat. Add in common medications like acid blockers, diabetes drugs, or even blood pressure pills, and you've got a perfect storm for silent deficiency. And what does that look like? Fatigue that doesn't go away, mild depression, slower thinking, tingling in your hands or feet. It's subtle at first, easy to brush off. But over time, low B12 can lead to actual brain shrinkage, loss of coordination, and even permanent cognitive decline. In Japan, B12 testing is standard for everyone over 60, with or without symptoms, because once neurons die, they don't come back easily. And that's the key. Early detection means early reversal. So if you've been feeling foggy, off balance, or just not mentally sharp lately, it might not be just age. It could be your brain asking for B12 quietly, urgently. Check your levels, supplement if needed, because B12 isn't optional, it's essential. Let's talk about a vitamin that doesn't act like a vitamin at all: vitamin D3. It's often misunderstood, even overlooked, but the truth is, D3 functions more like a master hormone. And it's quietly running the show in your body. Think of D3 as your internal coordinator. It regulates your immune system, reduces inflammation, helps your body absorb calcium, and even supports muscle control. In a sense, it keeps your defenses sharp, your bones strong, and your movements steady. But here's the catch: as you age, your ability to make D3 from sunlight drops significantly. Even if you're outside often, your body may still not convert enough. That's especially true for those living in northern climates or spending most of their time indoors. So what happens when D3 is low? The immune system becomes confused. It might attack your joints or fail to defend against real threats. Muscles weaken, bones become brittle, and your mood might start slipping without a clear reason. You may notice your memory isn't as sharp. You're slower to react, and it's not just in your head, it's in your biology. One of the most concerning effects of low D3 is that it reduces neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to adapt, repair, and stay resilient. And here's a question. When was the last time your doctor checked your vitamin D3 levels? In Japan, they monitor it like blood pressure, because when D3 drops, your entire system begins to unravel, silently. The good news? It's easy to fix. With the right guidance, a simple supplement can restore clarity, strength, and protection from the inside out. Now, if I told you that too much calcium could actually be dangerous, would you believe me? We've all been told to get more calcium for strong bones. But here's what they rarely mention. Without vitamin K2, calcium doesn't know where to go. It's like sending out a fleet of delivery trucks with no GPS, and that's where the real trouble begins. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic director for calcium. Its job is to tell calcium, hey, you, go to the bones and teeth, and just as importantly, stay out of the arteries, kidneys, and joints. But when K2 is missing, that calcium can drift aimlessly and end up hardening blood vessels, clogging organs, or stiffening your joints. Over time, this increases your risk of stroke, heart disease, and even vascular dementia, where blood flow to the brain slowly gets choked off. And here's the twist. Most people in the West are low in K2 without even knowing it. Why? Because it's found in fermented foods like natto, a Japanese superfood, aged cheeses, and organ meats, all of which are either rare or avoided in many modern diets. So while you may be taking calcium supplements every day, thinking you're doing your bones a favor, if you're not balancing it with K2, you could be setting yourself up for long-term harm. In Japan, they have a saying, calcium without K2 is like soldiers without a general, they create chaos. And now, it makes perfect sense. If you care about your heart, your memory, your mobility, it's time to look beyond calcium and give K2 the credit and attention it truly deserves. Let me introduce you to the unsung hero of your body's chemistry, magnesium. It's not flashy. It doesn't get much media attention. But without it, everything from your sleep to your mood to your memory starts to break down. Magnesium is involved in over 300 essential biochemical reactions in your body. It helps regulate nerve signals, keeps muscles contracting smoothly, balances blood sugar, supports bone health, and even protects the brain from stress overload. So what happens when you don't have enough? Well, a lot. Muscles start to tighten without warning. Sleep becomes shallow or broken. You might feel anxious, overwhelmed, or mentally foggy without knowing why. Even your joints can ache more, and your blood sugar may swing more than it should. And over time, your memory can fade, and your brain becomes less resilient to life's everyday stressors. The worst part? Most people don't realize they're deficient, because the symptoms are so subtle and easy to blame on other things like stress, aging, or just a bad night. And it's not just your diet. Modern farming practices have stripped magnesium from the soil, meaning even healthy vegetables don't contain what they used to. Add in processed foods and age-related loss through the kidneys, and it's no wonder deficiency is so widespread. In Japan, magnesium-rich foods like seaweed, tofu, sesame seeds, and dark leafy greens are staples. They even recommend mineral broths or gentle supplementation to help restore balance. So here's your moment to pause and ask, have you felt more tension lately? Struggled to sleep? Felt emotionally stretched thin? It might not be stress at all. It might just be your body quietly asking for magnesium, the stabilizer that keeps your inner world in sync. If your brain had an engine, omega-3 fatty acids would be its oil, especially the powerful duo DHA and EPA. These essential fats keep your thoughts fluid, your memory sharp, and your emotions balanced. But here's the catch. Your body can't produce them on its own. You've got to get them from what you eat. So what exactly do omega-3s do? They coat your neurons, keeping connections flexible and quick. They fight inflammation, not just in your joints, but throughout your entire body, including your brain. And they support emotional resilience, helping protect against depression, anxiety, and mood swings. But when you're low in omega-3s, that's when things start to shift. Your brain can feel stiff, not physically, but mentally. Thoughts slow, focus slips, your joints ache, You might feel more irritable or low for no reason. Over time, low omega-3 levels have been linked to conditions like dementia, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and chronic inflammation. And unfortunately, most modern diets are severely out of balance. We consume way too many omega-6s from processed seed oils, and not nearly enough omega-3s from fatty fish or marine plants. That imbalance creates a slow-burning fire inside the body, draining energy and clarity every single day. In Japan, where fish is a dietary staple, rates of cognitive decline have traditionally been much lower. But as younger generations shift toward Western-style eating, that advantage is fading fast. So here's the question. Are you feeding your brain what it actually needs? If you're not eating fatty fish regularly, salmon, sardines, mackerel, or taking a quality omega-3 supplement, your brain may be running on half power. And you deserve better than that. Have you ever wondered why some days your mood feels off, your patience wears thin, or your focus just isn't there, even though you're not particularly stressed? The answer might not be emotional at all. It might be biochemical, specifically, a quiet deficiency in a vitamin that plays a central role in your brain's emotional balance and clarity, vitamin B6. This powerful nutrient is responsible for producing key neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, the chemicals that regulate your mood, help you sleep soundly, and keep your thoughts clear and focused. When your B6 levels are steady, you feel calm, alert, and emotionally resilient. But when B6 drops, it can show up as mild anxiety, poor sleep, fatigue, forgetfulness, all without a clear cause. And the risk is higher as we age. Older adults often consume less protein-rich food, which is where B6 is naturally found. On top of that, common medications like blood pressure drugs, TB treatments, or alcohol can interfere with B6 absorption. The good news is that this is an easy fix. Everyday foods like chicken, salmon, bananas, potatoes, and whole grains are rich in B6, and even small changes to your diet can make a noticeable difference in your energy, your memory, and your emotional balance. Now, if B6 helps keep the messages in your brain flowing smoothly, the next nutrient works even deeper, repairing and maintaining your cellular foundation at the level of your DNA. Every moment, your body is generating millions of new cells. And behind that remarkable process is a quiet but essential force, folate. Also known as vitamin B9. Folate is your body's DNA repair technician. It helps generate red blood cells, rebuild damaged tissue, and maintain sharp cognitive function. When levels are healthy, your body heals faster, your mind stays clearer, and your long-term risk of disease drops, from heart issues to neurodegenerative conditions. But when folate is lacking, the effects can sneak up on you. You might feel drained, lightheaded, mentally foggy. Over time, low folate has been linked to anemia, nerve damage, and even vascular dementia, a form of cognitive decline caused by poor blood flow to the brain. And here's the challenge. Many older adults are low in folate without knowing it. A diet low in leafy greens and legumes, combined with medications like methotrexate, anti-seizure drugs, or chronic alcohol use, can quietly suppress your folate levels over time. Fortunately, nature gives us everything we need. Foods like spinach, kale, lentils, soybeans, and asparagus are rich in natural folate, and can act like daily nourishment for your cells, your brain, and your future vitality. By now, you've seen the bigger picture. Vitamin deficiencies aren't just numbers on a lab test. They're powerful, often invisible forces that shape how you move, how you think, how you feel, and how you age. When left unaddressed, these silent gaps in nutrition can lead to serious, life-altering consequences. Brain shrinkage, poor blood flow, muscle loss, joint degeneration. These aren't rare outcomes, they're common, gradual declines that too often get dismissed as just getting older. But here's the hopeful part. Research shows that much of this decline isn't inevitable. A 2021 study published in Nutrients found that correcting key deficiencies, particularly vitamin B12, D3, and omega-3s, led to improved cognition, stronger muscles, and reduced inflammation in older adults. In other words, the body knows how to heal if we give it what it's been missing. That's the deeper truth here. Aging, in many cases, is not just the passage of time. It's the slow erosion of nourishment, a quiet kind of malnutrition that chips away at strength, clarity, and independence. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Because the most powerful thing you can do isn't wait for symptoms to get worse, it's to listen early. To act when the signals are still subtle. To check your levels. Ask better questions. Nourish proactively. It's never too late to feed the life inside you. Your strength isn't gone. It's resting. And with the right care, it can rise again, clearer, steadier, stronger than you imagined. Before you go, I've got a special health gift I'd love to share with you. On this channel, I share simple, effective health tips, all based on real scientific research and practical, everyday experience. And if you'd like to receive a free gift, it's super easy. Hit the subscribe button, comment below, claim my gift. I'll send it straight to you. Don't miss out, because your journey to better health starts with small choices just like this one.